Welcome back. You know, the president says he'll never leave a man behind. So why, during his phone call with the Mexican president this week, did President Obama reportedly make no mention of jailed U.S. Marine Andrew Tahmooressi, who's been languishing in a Mexican prison since March for apparently making a wrong turn into the country? Sergeant Tahmooressi's mother, Jill, joins us this morning. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning.
It's incredible. You've made appeals to the president here on Fox News and other networks, and it appears that he's deaf to those appeals and forgot or decided not to mention your son to the Mexican president. What's that about, and what are you feeling on this Sunday morning?
Well, I believe it's irreprehensible that our commander-in-chief and of the Marine Corps, and Andrew's a current Marine until 2016, would not at all be concerned that his decorated, honored, meritoriously promoted Marine on the battlefield in Afghanistan 2012 is being held captive in Mexico. So it's dumbfounding as to the silence.
What would you say to the president, and what do you say to the president today? Imagine that he was sitting right in front of you at this moment. What would you say to him as a father of children with regard to your son and what befell him in Mexico and what he goes through today?
Well, I would say, Mr. President, sir, you've a Marine who served your country faithfully and was willing to take a bullet, not only for you, but for anyone in the world to fight terrorism. And why isn't there any kind of a fight going on at the White House level to help get Andrew back to freedom? We did a whitehouse.gov petition, which is President Obama's platform, to hear from the people, but he's ignored that. We met the 100,000 signature threshold required on May 30th, but we're now going on 23 days of silence, so I can only assume he cannot respond because he has not produced any action on behalf of securing a release for Sergeant Tahmooressi.
Now, please give us an update about the sergeant. We know he suffers from PTSD, he suffers from anxiety and depression, and he needs medication. Is he getting the treatment that he needs? And what is the treatment that he's been afforded in the Mexican prison? Are you afraid for him?
Absolutely, I'm afraid for him. He was diagnosed positive for PTSD at the San Diego VA just March 12th, days before he accidentally made that wrong turn. Yet in Mexico, being held prisoner, they have no ability to treat foreign combat PTSD. Their military do not go to fight foreign wars. So he is not getting the humanitarian treatment, the rights protected upon himself, because he's not being treated for his symptoms. It's tragic.
Jill, what's going to happen here in the end?
Unfortunately, it appears that I can only depend on the judicial system of Mexico, and that's precarious at best, because obviously 90 days into this ordeal, there is not a diplomatic solution. There's not even a conversation going on between President Obama and President Nieto, which is very disappointing. So I can only rely on the judicial Mexican system.
Thank you for joining us, and please keep us up to date as to what happened. We're going to stay on top of the story.
Thank you.